I wanted to give you some detailed feedback. Is this video feedback nice? I feel like it's allowing me to communicate more. I hope it's helpful. I don't think your settings look bad, but they don't look completely done. Um, and so I want to kind of talk you through that. This one actually looks pretty good. Um, this one looks like there's a crack in it or a seam in it, and I'm wondering if that's because you made the tubing, or I'm wondering what that crack is from, but we'll get to that in a minute. First of all, your first question, how can you hold them? That is like definitely the trick. Thermoplastic comes in pellets. You can get it from a craft store or Amazon or Rio or AutoFry, and they're little plastic pellets that you melt in warm water, and they get really soft and pliable, and then when they cool down they harden. So I really like using shellac, which is kind of old school, and I've mostly heard from people that I have taught to use it that it's finicky and annoying, and so I usually recommend thermoplastic because it is really straightforward, doesn't crack, there's nothing kind of crazy about it. You can form it around your piece and then form a little handle on it even and put the handle in your vise. It's super cool, and then when you want it to release, you just put it back in hot water, and it doesn't have to be so hot that it will damage your stones. So it's really amazing. Please do not take a torch or a heat gun to acrylic. That is super toxic. It'll produce toxic fumes. And maybe it would help you hold your piece, but I don't recommend doing that. Thank you for asking. It makes sense that you would be thinking that way. And thermoplastic works similarly, as to what I bet you were imagining would happen if you did that, but it doesn't produce fumes and is really lovely. Okay, so then let's talk about your settings. I think you're very close. This just takes practice. These look pretty good to me. The first thing, I'm not seeing your... Okay, so at this point, when you get here, before you clean it up, I'm not seeing like all your steps of process, so I'm just going to talk you through this. I think I sometimes wish my own videos were in all of my classes because I do this in a really particular way too. But so first thing, you will want to file a chamfer around the edge of the outside tube. So a 45-degree angle, that is like half the job. If you don't file a 45-degree bevel or chamfer around this, you've got little luck getting it to go well, in my experience. So that's like job one. And then job two, I'm trying to find a good picture to where we can see the top really well. The other thing you would want to do, yeah, it looks like I'm really wondering how those happened, but in terms of getting it even, it's really about holding your punch tool at the same angle all the way around. So kind of what I do first is file it to a 45-degree bevel, and then the first round you hold your tool at a 45-degree angle on the bevel, and you hit like you would a bezel, at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and go boom, 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 boom. And then you will have what looks like a scalloped edge, right? But the stone will be held in, and it will be sort of evenly scalloped. And then you hold it at the 45-degree angle and you chase it around. So you hold the tool at the same angle and you tap, 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 tap all the way around and kind of get rid of that scalloped situation. And then you turn the tool up a little bit. So maybe it's at like a 60 or a 7 degree angle, and you go around it again. Tap, 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 while you hold the tool at the same angle. And then when that happens, you probably be about here. But do you see this little turned up edge in the middle? Then what I do then is like take my tool and I turn it to like a 90-degree angle. So the tool is like basically straight down, and I'm like pushing on the tool with my thumb, pushing outward, and my fingers are stabilizing it so that it can't really slip. And then so it can't hit the stone. And then at a 90-degree angle, straight up and down, I go all the way around and tap, 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 tap. You could probably still do that on these, and it would probably help even it out. If you end up with uneven areas like this where it's like lower here and higher here, just go work it over here and see if you can even it out a little bit. Or over here, it's like more metal has moved here, less metal has moved here. So go take your tool and punch in these little areas where it looks like the metal is still further out. And if you hit it right there, then the metal will go in. And you can start to try to get it a more even like that. Hopefully that's helpful. It just takes a little bit of practice. I totally will improve your grade. I feel like I've been not on the best time train lately grading things anyways. So you guys give me grace, I give you grace. Anyways, I think these look really great, and you're learning. So practice makes progress. I think they look beautiful. What's up with those little lines there? It looks like maybe you made your tubing. So if you end up with a situation where you have like say you put a chamfer on this and there was like an edge that had an opening, you want to correct that as soon as you can, or it will keep opening, and you don't want to see that like on the inside of your setting because our eye goes right to it. So if you had any sort of break in the metal there, I would just file the whole thing down before you started hammering it. So I would go around these one more time with your tool at a 90-degree angle, just straight down on it, and chase it all the way around. And then I would take like a rubber polisher and try to polish up the edge. Those are my thoughts. Hopefully that's helpful. Okay, bye.